Okay, part two. Sorry, my brain isn't really working that well today. I just moved into my van. It came out here yesterday. But the light isn't just light, it's energy that's alive, and it's information. And as it opens up the earth, it's like providing the earth with more information that we can tap into, because it's what we're genetically, our bodies are genetically designed to pick up on. It's part of, it's the Akashic records. It's the internet of the soul, the internet of our bodies, the natural internet. How we can telepathically communicate with each other. We can already telepathically communicate with each other. If you stare at the back of somebody's head, they're going to turn around and look at you. But that's going to, as far as a transformation is concerned, that's going to increase. Without them even looking at you, you can tell them if you're happy with what they're thinking or not. Just by looking at them and feeling that energy, it's what we're able to be, going to be able to do, just because there's more energy in the world. But in order to actually understand that, I think, without being confused about it, or being completely disinterested in it, is looking at the universe and everything in existence as just an extension of your body. As your body an extension of your mind, and your mind an extension of your body. Which is not the way we see it now. The way we've always seen it with the Christians is that your body, there's that whole original sin thing, is that your body is is separate from God. And you have to die in order to become one with God again, to go into heaven. And so therefore anything having to do with the body is not God. Like sex, that has to do with your body. That's a physical thing. So therefore that's like the realm of the devil, and so that's why pornography should be illegal. Or at least illegal to anybody under the age of 18, even though those people can get drafted. It's fucked up. You can get drafted to be ordered to murder people on the same day that you're allowed to buy a magazine of a naked woman. And you still have to wait 3 years to be able to buy a beer. But anyways. Yeah, so that's why they get all people, it's crazy getting carried away with stuff that thinking you're separate from God, hug me sideways so that I don't get aroused, because that's demon stuff right there. You can't get physically aroused. Yeah, so basically what we need to do is realize that our bodies and God are the same thing. We are God. We are the same. We are hooked up. We're compatible with the rest of the universe. The prongs on the plug of the universe are the same shape as the in holes of our bodies and our minds. Chink! And all you do is connect it, and we hook up. It's the same thing. And it's hard to describe, but it's harder to contemplate if you don't look at it that way. If you don't look at the whole universe as being an alive organism, and it's all the same body. The body of humans, and everything that humans make is part of God. Everything that humans make is part of the divine plan of the universe. And nothing's accident. Nothing's unnatural. Buildings aren't unnatural. The earth doesn't wish that there were no buildings. The earth doesn't want to puke out humanity. The earth doesn't look at humanity as a cancerous sore. The earth just looks at humanity as a cancerous sore, as long as the cancerous sore of humanity looks at themselves that way. And once we stop looking at ourselves that way, then we'll start, not focusing on and wasting all of our energy on like getting revenge on other people for like drawing a picture of Muhammad or sending troops off to some country to kill all these people because you're afraid that it's just not going to turn out right. Sorry, I'm having kind of trouble explaining this, but once we start looking at ourselves as something that's worthy of being here, then we'll just naturally allow ourselves and allow each other to do whatever they want, knowing that it's going to turn out right because they know what's right for them. Allowing kids to, go to school and study whatever they want, whatever subject they want, do the homework whenever they want, take the tests whenever they want, and then provide, all of the resources for them that they're going to do it right and they're going to study and they're going to learn. You don't have to threaten them with not letting them graduate if they don't show up, or threaten people with invading their country if they don't follow your model of government. There's other ways to get communist countries to be more free, and that's by different sanctions or just allowing your own people of those countries that are better and freer to express whatever they want, and then the smart people from those backwards countries will be more inspired to be like them. And so anyways, but yeah, sorry, I'm all over the place on this video, but once we figure out that the universe is one being, one alive being, we'll be able to understand how the universe works, how we can fly from one place to the next, how we are the ones who control what we do, what we have, what we experience and see, and you can do whatever you want once a certain level of technology is achieved. We have 2 terabyte SD cards, those little SD cards. The one that's in my camera. They're $1,500, but they're out. 2 terabytes is 2,000 gigabytes. Yeah. That's enough space to put for anybody to put whatever they want up, anything. And so we'll have access to whatever we want. In your little MP3 player, you could have an audio file of whatever you want. You just go there and if that MP3 player can handle it, which it will be soon, and open up the different folders. Zen used to be able to open up different folders, but they screwed up and they changed how it is, so they don't do that anymore. So I'll have to find another MP3 player that can do that. But yeah, at your fingertips, everything at your fingertips. But once you have all of the information at your fingertips with an MP3 player, as far as transformation, stuff that we can't even imagine, stuff that aliens talk about, what they have, speaking to each other, full conversations without even using their mouths, just with their heads. And then flying around the universe on spaceships that are alive, that have souls. The spaceships have souls. And the spaceships are the soul of the inhabitants of the spaceship. It's the same soul as all the inhabitants. It's the part of the soul of the inhabitants that they share. So on a soul level, you have to be brothers and sisters to everybody on your spaceship in order to fly around. It's kind of like a built-in foolproof system against letting evil or dangerous, disconnected aliens fly around. But that being said, I think there's lots of different ways of flying around the universe. The traditional way that we imagine flying around the universe, like with fire pushing you and then you just shooting across, I think there's aliens who do that. There's all kinds of ways that you do it. But oh man, I'm not doing a very good job of explaining why you need to see the universe is alive in order to understand how everything works. Well, it'll make you feel more at ease anyways. If you look at a bug that's crawling all over you as like you, instead of like something out there that's gonna like destroy you, It's part of you when it's crawling on you. Like that book Anastasia, it was cool. She goes, yeah, when the bugs are crawling all over you, they're actually cleaning out your pores. They're helping you out. Everything, when you die and your body decomposes, the animals who, the worms that eat you and all the animals, they're helping themselves live, but they're also helping you. They're getting those dead bodies out of your sight and avoiding, the bad smell and the ugliness that you have to see. They're taking care of it. Everything in the universe everything in the world has a perfectly oiled system that'll always magically pop up out of nowhere and just take care of everything. Organisms pop up out of nowhere all the time. The North Pole and the South Pole have the same animals. But they can't travel from the North to the South Pole, so how do they get there on both the North and the South Pole? They popped up out of nowhere. The configuration of the universe, the light that carries information, created them, and they just appeared. If you could get perfectly sterilized water and leave it, in sun or whatever, and a year later it's going to have like a big orange blob living in there. It just popped up out of nowhere. The configurations of the light from the sky and created it. Nuclear reactors have to be, even though they're like way hot and sterile, they have to be cleaned periodically because bacteria grows in there. The vents from the bottom of the ocean are thousands of degrees with the magma flowing by them, and they have little animals and like slime growth living there in there. Life is everywhere. The whole spectrum of the universe has amino acids all over the place. It has life and water everywhere. Water comes out of the sun. Oh man, I'm out of time. Alright, so the universe is alive.